Linda watched in disbelief as she poured the juice into a glass, only to find that something was terribly wrong with it. Her heart sank as she turned to her son, tears streaming down his cheeks. The sight fueled her anger. Her voice trembling with concern, Linda asked, "Who gave you this juice box, honey?" Her son's innocent reply triggered a surge of rage within her. But before we start, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss our upcoming stories. That morning began routinely in the Loren household, with Linda rising at 5:30 a.m. to prepare breakfast for her beloved family. Her 7-year-old son Benjamin shuffled sleepily as he ate his waffles and eggs. "Ready for school, Benji?" Linda asked with a smile, trying to brighten the early hour. After breakfast, Linda and Benjamin left home and climbed into her car, unaware of the impending tragedy that would unfold later that day. Linda drove Benjamin to school swiftly, watching him happily skip away to his classes once they arrived. Content with her role as a stay-at-home mom, she proceeded with her day, unaware of the events unfolding in her son's life during her absence. Several hours later, when Linda returned to pick up Benjamin from school, she observed something peculiar about him. Benjamin dashed towards his mother's car at the sight of it, tears cascading down his cheeks. Climbing into the back seat, Linda parked swiftly and turned to her son, concerned. He averted his gaze, his tears still flowing, holding onto the juice box as though it were a lifeline. She had never witnessed him so distraught before. Benjamin remained tight-lipped about the situation, prompting his mother to escort him home for a more thorough discussion later. As they navigated the well-known streets of their town, her thoughts raced with worry. Had he encountered trouble? Was bullying involved? Unbeknownst to her, the reality awaiting her was far more unsettling than anything she had imagined. Within a short time, they arrived at their driveway, where the gravity of the truth would soon unfold. Linda hurriedly assisted her son out of the car, observing the untouched juice box clutched in his left hand. Despite being in the car for some time, he hadn't taken a single sip. Taking his hand in hers, she guided him into the house and settled beside him at the kitchen island, determined to uncover the source of his distress. "Sweetheart, you need to tell Mommy what's bothering you, all right? I can only help if I understand what's happening," she urged gently. But then, to her surprise, he did something completely unexpected. Benjamin placed the juice box carefully on the counter, his finger trembling as he pointed at it. Through tears, he managed to say, "There's something in there." Linda's heart skipped a beat as she realized she hadn't packed that juice box for him that morning. Where had he gotten it from? Acting swiftly, she fetched a glass and carefully opened the juice box. As she poured its contents into the glass, her hands shook. The sight of debris floating in her son's drink sent a chill down her spine, freezing her in place. Linda Loren had spent her entire life in Nashville, Tennessee, firmly believing that greatness awaited her. Raised in a secure and supportive environment by her devoted parents, she never lacked the essentials for a prosperous future. Her aspirations centered on becoming a stay-at-home wife and mother, a dream she cherished deeply. However, everything changed when she crossed paths with a man who seemed capable of fulfilling all her desires. Linda and Dylan's love story started at a friend's wedding, where they instantly clicked and began dating soon after. Their relationship blossomed quickly, culminating in marriage just 2 years later. Linda was more than just amazing. She was the beacon of his life, and every moment spent with her was treasure. They shared a deep bond as best friends and soulmates, with Linda eagerly anticipating the future and dreaming of starting a family with Dylan. Little did she know, their journey together was about to take an unexpected turn. Shortly after getting married, they made the decision to relocate to a charming suburban home. Linda had always envisioned raising a family in such a setting, and this move was a realization of her long-held dream. Dylan, a prosperous businessman, provided sufficiently to afford Linda the lifestyle she had always desired. Despite his daily commitments at work, she found fulfillment in her role at home, dedicating herself to cooking and maintaining their household, activities she had eagerly anticipated. Linda and Dylan were moving forward in their lives, enjoying every second together. But just a few months after the wedding, they received big news. Linda was finally expecting their first child. The anticipation of becoming parents was exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time. They were ready to take on the challenge. They worked hard to turn one of their guest bedrooms into a nursery. Dylan had always wanted a son. He couldn't wait to teach him how to ride a bike or how to play basketball. Exciting things were in store for the young couple, but they knew that parenthood would be challenging. But just how challenging would it be? Holding Benjamin in her arms was one of the happiest moments of Linda's life. Tears welled up behind her eyes as she stared at her first child. "He's perfect. He's everything I've ever wanted," Linda told Dylan as he sat beside her. Growing up, they gave their son everything he needed. While Dylan was off to work, Linda stayed home, caring for their son. The months passed fast, and eventually, the years began passing. Before they knew it, it was time for Benjamin to go to school. Before Linda knew it, it was her son's first day of grade 1. Dylan took that morning off of work, wanting to drop his son off at school with Linda. They dressed him in his nicest outfit and ate breakfast together before making their way toward the school. which was only about a mile away from their home. "It's going to be a good day. You're going to make so many friends," he tried to assure his son. "Mommy will be back to pick you up in a few hours, okay?" Linda said, placing a gentle kiss on her son's cheek. She saw the worry in his eyes as she left the room, but she knew he was in safe hands. It was one of the best schools in town, or so she thought. But before she knew it, the time had come for Linda to fetch her son from school. To her surprise, he was in a great mood when he hopped into the car. It was clear that Benjamin had loved his first day of school, and he couldn't wait to go back the very next day. Linda was relieved. As soon as Linda woke her son up for school, he would hop out of bed and get dressed, excited to see his teacher and new friend. During the drive to his school, he would stop talking about a class party his teacher had arranged for that Friday. But that day would end in disaster. She had planned all sorts of fun activities for her family. She counted the hours until her son would finish school. She wanted to take him out for ice cream as a way to celebrate his first week of school. She left the house just before 1 p.m. Immediately after parking the car, Linda turned toward the little boy. Despite his avoidance of eye contact, she noticed the juice box in his hand. His mother stared in bewilderment as he held onto it. Her son had never been in such a state before. Walking him into the house, she sat beside him around the kitchen island with his right hand in hers. It was imperative that she get to the bottom of this. "Honey, you have to tell Mommy what's wrong, okay? I can only help you once I know what's going on," she said. Then he did something unexpected. Linda widened her eyes. That day, she hadn't packed him a juice box. Who had given him a juice box? In a flash, after tearing it open, she poured the contents into the glass. Her blood ran cold when she saw the debris floating in her son's juice. "But why, Mommy?" Benjamin asked, standing up from his chair. "I'm going to tell the principal that your teacher put this stuff in your drink. Then I'm calling the police," she said. But that was when Benjamin revealed something. "I was crying because I really wanted my juice and now I can't drink it," he said, rubbing his red eyes. Linda felt sorry for the little boy. He'd always loved his juice boxes, but she had a plan to take his mind off it. She decided to take her son to his favorite ice cream parlor and a movie. Afterward, she took him to buy a few juice boxes for the weekend. She decided to call the teacher on Monday and inform her of the bully, but for the time being, she was going to enjoy her weekend with her family.